Hello, welcome to Mystic Moons. We're going to take a trip today on our psychic space shuttle. We're going to go around the Earth, the planet Earth. And we're going to see, we've been hearing and feeling lots of rumbles. Rumbles, rumbles, rumbles. We've had our solar eclipse. The Earth is tugging and being pulled and shaped. And what is coming? Something is coming. You can feel it in the ground. All over the world. Earthquakes, earthquakes, earthquakes. And let's see if we can feel if a big one is coming. Now, let's put this somewhere. It's not unusual. First you watch the animals, the four-legged animals. The two-legged animals too. They're just extra nervous and anxious. Watching, waiting. Waiting. So now, as you join me to find out, is a big one, a big earthquake coming to another place that it hasn't been for a while? And if you collectively put your psychic energy into this, you could feel it too. You could feel it. To my subscribers, thank you for watching. And join me in this quest to find out how soon this big earthquake is coming. Something's coming. And if you haven't subscribed, please do. That is, if you're able to. Also, any comments, any feelings that you have had recently, like since the eclipse, any feelings you have about the earth rumbling under your feet, under the ground. If you can feel some kind of disturbance coming. The earth is living. We live on a living planet. It's capable of feeling all types of emotions. The earth can tell if you care. The earth can tell if you don't care. It could be all the same. If you want a private reading, please email me at mysticgalaxymoons@gmail.com. I'd be happy to discuss energy lifting, problems with love, career. We could see if I could provide some sort of guidance, direction, or answer together. Your energy and my answer, and my energy, I mean. Then we maybe work out something will happen. Something magical could happen. So please don't hesitate to email for a private reading. Now, let's see. Fasten your seatbelts, put on those psychic helmets, and let's see now. Is a big one. Let's take the United States. Is a big earthquake going to happen in the United States? We already have activity. And we know that something is going to happen somewhere. So let's narrow it down. In the United States, will there be a large earthquake, high on the Richter scale. Would it be an earthquake of 7 or 8? We could even include, I guess, over 5. Over 5 in a heavily populated area. Now, let's see, an earthquake happening. Let's say an earthquake happening in New York City. Will there be a major earthquake in New York City soon? Let's see. A major earthquake in New York City soon. Major earthquake in New York City soon. It's something that I always, whenever I walk the streets of Manhattan, there's skyscrapers and major earthquakes. Major earthquakes soon. Alright. A major earthquake happening in New York City. How soon? Or soon. Or if not. The first card we get is the destruction. This is something that we're talking about. Major earthquake happening in New York City. The tower, the skyscraper. The Emperor could be God wills it. The Creator wills it. The Earth rules it. The Earth rules. The Earth rules. The energy, the stamping of the feet, the pulses, all these things. And the final card, an upside down Chariot. Lack of movement. Could be centralized in New York City. So I would say, let's just investigate this upside down movement card. It could be, it will only be in the Pacific area of New York City. A Pacific area of New York City. Take this down. Could this earthquake be happening only in the Pacific area? Right in the center of Manhattan, not in the center, but around 14th Street, Union Square. There's a fault line right there. That's 14th Street, yeah, and around 6th Avenue. Just about 30 blocks or so from Financial District, something like that. Now, so there'd be an earthquake happening, localized, not everywhere. Movement. But let's see. Let's not speculate. Earthquake happening in New York City. An earthquake in New York City. Well, we have the Magician card, and we have the Knight of Cups. Well, a message. And we can take the Magician as the creator, as the earth magic. This could be earth magic. Earth magic is loud, hot, sudden. Earth magic is often violent. Earth magic. let us take this Emperor again as a great spiritual force. The absolute spiritual force could be the planet Earth. The planet Earth is living, breathing, and consuming. Alright, we have the Ace of Swords. And we have Justice. Well, we can't be sparse for nothing for that, because we have here the Earth getting rid of what it does not need. It is evolving. It is tired of being in one form. It is ready to pop. And the Destruction card, we already can see that. We're talking about New York City. Anytime soon. Soon, earthquake coming. An earthquake coming. The Movement card, Magician, and the Knight of Cups. I would say that it's quite possible that, let's do one more card on this upside down chariot and this message. Let's dive a little deeper to this message. What is this message? Well, we have the Page of Wands on this basis. Well, the idea is not far-fetched. Fire, quaking, and since it did, the eclipse took the path that it did. It could be right over fault lines, and before it happened, there was an earthquake. Unusual, but it did happen. As the area is often touted, the Northeast, around New York City, North Jersey, and such, is often touted as being not happening. Earthquakes are not happening. We're not California. However, I can see that that may no longer be the case. That may no longer be the case. Let's take one of these cards. Let's go to a different deck and see if we get, because this is a serious matter, a very serious matter, and we have to make sure that we explore thoroughly. Now, an earthquake happening in New York City. Earthquake in New York City. More information, more information. Let's lay on top of this. Earthquake in New York City. See if we get the same feel, same message. We'll do it on top of this other deck. Earthquake in New York City. Soldier flag on 14th Street, or just in Manhattan. Earthquake in New York City. A localized earthquake. Localized earthquake. Alright. And here we have the moon. Localized earthquake. Take this card. And here we have the 10 of Wands. Localized earthquake in New York City. We have the 4 of Pentacles. Ten of Wands, the burden. The burden. I would take the 4 of Pentacles as a center. I would take the moon as could be the timing, could be the eclipse, the effect of the eclipse. It could be the eclipse and that the earth is ready to shed. Could also be it's uncertain, or could also be the timing. The 4 of Pentacles. Centralized location. Centralized location. Let's see. Here we have the tower. Tower on tower. Tower from this deck. Tower from this deck. 2 towers. Yes, it's quite possible. And let's see. Ten of Wands. The burden. The 10 of Wands. Earthquake in New York City. And we have the 6 of Wands. Alright. 6 of Wands. seems like it's not exactly a natural, it could be not exactly a natural occurrence. It's a possibility too. It could be a direct energy weapon. They stimulate also earthquakes. It doesn't have to be, an earthquake to happen does not have to come from pure earth. No. Excuse me. It could be a collaborative effort. It could be something, it could be something that's made to seem like a natural occurrence, but it isn't. Let's see. High Priestess. Receptive. Centralized reception. Centralized reception. It seems like we could have an earthquake in New York City. However, I don't think it's triggered by, I don't think it's triggered by natural currents. There seems to be a gleam in it, a gleam in the act, a gleam. I think that New York City could be hit with a direct energy weapon that would cause the earthquake to happen. And that would be another form of, for the lack of a word to say, I would say earthquake. Because it isn't inconceivable. And when we have the feeling I get is that there's something being organized for New York City. And a certain section will feel it. That's what I say. That New York City will experience some sort of earth disturbance. But it's not entirely generated by Earth. When? That's debatable. But New York City, it's a high probability that it will have an earthquake. And it could be chanced in with a solar eclipse. So if you think about all the energies generating 9 million people, footsteps, 9 million footsteps, and the gravitational pull. The Earth is like a rubber band still from the planetary alignments. Well, I'd say it is, just be careful, be careful, be careful. Alright? So anyway, let's go and find out another place where earthquake could happen. Let's do the West Coast. There's 3 places in the United States. Actually 2, but since we've already had disturbance in the Northeast, And we're having a series of successive aftershocks. It's not inconceivable to think that a big earthquake, the earth is rumbling, fact. How it's rumbling and why it's rumbling is another issue. Fact is, it's rumbling now. And we have to be prepared for an earthquake in New York City. And I would say the signs are all around. The signs. The bridge in Baltimore, the Verrazano Bridge just being mockingly standing there. It's a sign. Technology can do most anything. And you also have technology that just goes out and the drones are doing it. The machines are doing it. If the machines are going around droning people and obliterating them, why should not the earth be targeted as well, a certain segment of land? That is a target as well. Strange forces are running today. Strange forces. Strange forces. As ill-prepared we may be, the first thing is having your mind aware of these things, so you won't gape and stand in the street and go, just like this is a movie, this is not real. How many times you've heard that? People always say, it's just like in the movies. Yes, movies are programming. That's what they are. It's not pleasure. It's not an art form per se. I mean, how many truly art movies have you seen in your life? Or exist? No, it's programming. Preemptive programming. So, think back to those scenes you've seen. Alright, I'm going to put this one aside and then end this one and then do the next one. And if you don't forget to donate and comments about, do you think that New York City will have an earthquake soon? Do you feel it? Let us know. Let us get back into our spaceship, our psychic spaceship, and go on to another part of the earth and think about this. Bye-bye.